"2024 kicked off in a very explosive way for WWE. So we'll be taking a look at the latest news for The Rock, Roman Reigns, Becky Lynch, and much more. Starting things off with Becky Lynch and Nia Jax. Becky Lynch versus Nia Jax was a massive match on paper and received the treatment of being treated like a massive high-stakes non-title match. WWE built and labeled the match as a meeting that was 5 years in the making. Becky Lynch and Nia Jax's issues with each other started way back in 2018, and they never met in the ring one-on-one after that night. So the feud's main story was based off that 2018 incident, and had several weeks of building up with some heavy promo exchange between Becky Lynch and Nia Jax. The January 1st edition of Raw opened up with this match between Nia Jax and Becky Lynch. And considering so much of this match's backstory was centered around that 2018 punch, and as many fans suspected, the finish of the match included a sort of reenactment of the moment. Nia Jax would nail Becky Lynch with a brutal uppercut during the closing moments of the match, and throw in an Annihilator splash on her to secure the pinfall victory over Becky Lynch. Not only did Becky Lynch lose the match, but she was busted open and showing some color on her face from that Nia Jax uppercut, which of course is a great callback to how Nia Jax busted her open all those years ago, and how Nia still has the power to bust Becky open in current day. A lot of people were surprised with the result of the match and thought Becky would come out on top, but you definitely understand why Nia Jax would come out on top here. It's once again building that underdog story for Becky Lynch. She was busted open again from Nia Jax and lost the match. So it builds the story of us wanting to see Becky Lynch climb back up that mountain and finally conquer that massive threat that is Nia Jax. So maybe it's not the end of that feud at all, especially with Becky Lynch being rumored to compete for the women's world title at WrestleMania. She can't be suffering big losses like that. It's definitely a possibility that we'll see a rematch between Nia Jax and Becky Lynch. Maybe even the Royal Rumble is a good location for that rematch to take place. And maybe that's where we'll see Becky Lynch overcome all the odds and finally defeat Nia Jax. So it was a great match and great start to Becky and Nia's feud, full of callbacks. But it definitely seemed like the book isn't closed on this feud yet at all. We'll definitely see Becky Lynch try to come back from that brutal blood-bursting defeat that she just suffered at the hands of Nia Jax. Day 1 edition of Raw featured lots of great moments, but obviously none as the big Rock surprise return to the company that appears to be longer than just a one-day night return. Just a few days before Raw was set to take place, rumors started to circulate that a former WWE champion would be returning to Monday Night Raw during that Day 1 edition. Triple H even basically directly addressed and confirmed these rumors on Twitter, which only built more hype heading into the show. And when it finally came time for this reveal, it was revealed to be Jinder Mahal, who is technically a former WWE champion that was returning. But during Jinder's promo, he dropped plenty of little hints to The Rock, even using the word "finally" in his promo. And just a few moments later, The Rock was walking down the ramp to make his first WWE appearance since September 2023. The Rock would banter back and forth with Jinder for a few minutes, but the big monster reveal of the segment came after The Rock had just finished taking out Jinder. The Rock grabbed the mic and spoke about how he was getting hungry and would be getting something to eat in San Diego after the show. He asked fans if he should sit at a booth at the bar or if The Rock should sit at the head of the table. And if you've been watching WWE, especially over the last 4 years now, you should easily catch on to that reference there from The Rock. The Rock was not actually talking about where he wanted to sit at a restaurant. It was an indirect jab and warning shot towards Roman Reigns, who calls himself the tribal chief and head of the table for the same family that The Rock just happens to be a part of. The crowd went crazy after The Rock said that line, and rightfully so, Because after years and years of fan speculation about that dream matchup, this was basically the first time ever that WWE had officially addressed and hinted at the dream match on WWE television. So it's been a very long time coming. And for the timing to be so perfect, for The Rock to say this literally towards the start of WrestleMania season, it has fans thinking that this match is definitely happening now in 2024, and potentially even the next few months. Roman Reigns even responded to The Rock, calling him out by posting one single laughing face emoji on Twitter. So The Rock's remarks about if he should be sitting at the head of the table is basically confirmation that the match against Roman is happening. But the next big part of the mystery that everyone is trying to piece together and solve right now is when and where will this match take place at? WWE has spent the last few months heavily hinting at the idea of Cody Rhodes getting another crack at Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40, because there's really no one else worthy enough to challenge Roman Reigns in the main event of WrestleMania. But The Rock is now obviously one of those exceptions. He is very much worthy enough of facing Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. So fans are wondering if WWE would really toss everything that they've been hinting and setting up for Roman and Cody's second match now that The Rock is here. And although everyone wants to see Rock versus Roman, they don't want to see Cody get screwed out of that spot either. So that's when fans have come up with another great idea. What if The Rock versus Roman Reigns takes place at Elimination Chamber 2024 on February 24th? That'll still be a major event, the first time Australia hosted an event of this size since 2018. And ever since the show was confirmed for Australia, it was reported that a lot of people in Australia were really trying to push WWE to get The Rock to compete at the event. So strangely enough, their request now seems like a possibility to be granted. If The Rock versus Roman Reigns takes place at Elimination Chamber, then The Rock wouldn't get in the way of Cody Rhodes' WrestleMania spot at all. But the problem with this idea is that some fans think that Roman versus Rock is just too big of a match for an Elimination Chamber card. Some have even suggested the idea of Roman Reigns versus The Rock taking place at SummerSlam 2024. Regardless if Roman Reigns still has the title or not by then, a match with The Rock would still be a massive blockbuster match, even with no title at stake. Like The Rock alluded to on this Day 1 teaser, he referenced kicking Roman out of the table position, not necessarily dethroning him of a championship. So if Cody was to hypothetically take that title at WrestleMania 40, Roman and The Rock could still have a high-profile feud solely based around the brainwashing and manipulation lock that Roman has over the family for over 4 years now. The Rock trying to free his family of Roman's hold on them is an interesting story enough, even with no title on the line. So 2024 is already looking like a loaded year for Roman Reigns. He could find himself in the ring with Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, and The Rock over the span of the next few months of the year. So it's going to be exciting and pretty hectic for Roman. He's going to be having to balance everything out, feuding with nearly 3 people at a time. But now that The Rock has pretty much opened the floodgates for Roman versus Rock, we can definitely expect Roman Reigns to share more of his thoughts about The Rock in the weeks to come on SmackDown. And hopefully in the next few weeks, we'll also get the answer for how WWE will handle this Cody Rhodes and The Rock situation. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.